Hello everybody. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Whitney Howell. I am an artist with Seint, formerly known as Seint Beauty. I have been an artist for a little over a year now, and I am absolutely still head over heels in love with this makeup. If you are not familiar with Seint, it is a cream-based makeup that is for any skin type, any skin tone. My skin tends to be a little more on the oily, normal to oily side, and I have been wearing this, like I said, for over a year now, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It is based off of the HAC, Highlight and Contour, basically saying that your face is not one-dimensional and your makeup shouldn't be either. You have dimension to your face, you have color, you have shape to your face. When you put one solid foundation color on all over, you're taking every bit of that away. So what we like to do is we like to sculpt and highlight with our highlight and contour shades. This right here is my one little compact that I have everything I need for my face. I have my highlight colors, I have a brightening highlight, I have a contour shade, and then on the other side, I have a lip and cheek color. I have another lip and cheek color that is a little more glossy that I use usually just for my lips, and then I have some eyeshadows. So today we're going to be getting ready out of this compact here. I'm going to be using a couple of brushes, and just to show you how easy this is to do and how quick you can do it. So I am going to start off first. I'm going to put my other brushes over there. So I'm going to start off and we're going to do, I don't know if you've heard of the new Camo HAC, but that's what we're doing today. So we're going to start with the buff brush. This brush is great if you like a little more coverage to your makeup. You can get more like a medium to full coverage with it. I usually go a little more medium with it, and that's what we're going to start out with today. So I'm going to start off with the larger end of this brush. We're doing the Camo HAC, which means we are going to have a contour shade. We are going to have a camo color, which is going to come in and camouflage any discoloration, any redness, any blemishes, anything that we don't like on our skin. We're going to be camouflaging or correcting with our camo color. The next shade that we've got is going to be our bridge color. And then we're going to have our pop color. So our pop color is going to go underneath the eyes, in this corner through here, out here, down the center of the face. And then our bridge color here is going to bridge both of these two colors together. So if you're used to Seint, if you've worn it before, you've probably done the cheetah hack, oh gosh, what is it? The war paint hack. All kind of different hacks. You can put this on with your finger and you can blend it. You can do a small brush and apply it and blend it. There's so many different ways. This is a way that not necessarily is going to be quicker or anything like that, but it's going to color correct and camouflage amazingly. So let me show you how this works. So we are just going in with the large end of this buff brush, and I'm going into my camo shade. I'm lightly picking up just a little bit of color, and I'm just going into where I have some discoloration, where I have some blemishes, where I have some redness at. And I'm just lightly going in and color correcting over those areas. Okay, so we've got our camo color on in a couple of spots that we're just wanting to color correct. We're going to go in now and we're going to flip our brush over to the small end, and we're going to go into our pop color, which is our brightening shade. The color that I'm using is called Linen, but when you do a color match with me, you'll be matched to a particular color depending on how light you like to go for your pop of color, or if you like to have a little more neutral look around the eyes. And if you'll notice, we're not going all the way underneath the eye area. We're not doing the whole triangle shape. What we're doing is we're pop and snatch, so that we get a little bit of lift there. This is also going to go right down the center of our face in this triangle of light to brighten up. I am going to go ahead and take with my finger and do a tad bit down the nose, because we're going to come back and contour as well. Okay, let's do our contour shade. So I'm still using the small end of this brush, and I'm going to go into my contour shade. So the color that I'm using is a color called Astoria. It's a little warmer than my normal color that I use during winter and stuff. I usually use Shadow. We have several different colors though, depending on your tone. I usually like to look at your hair, your undertones in your skin before I match you. But Astoria is a pretty favorite one. A lot of people seem to like it. And I'm just applying it just like I normally would with a regular hack or a regular contour. It's going right there, hugging the cheek as close as I can get. and then going right here along the jawline. And do the same thing on this side. What we're doing is we're just creating some dimension and just slimming this up, framing out the face. And add a tiny bit right here underneath the chin to kind of point that out a little bit more, make it look a little slimmer. So y'all ready? And then we're going to go along the forehead. And I'm just going to kind of tap this on there. The good thing about putting your makeup on this way also is it's going to help that makeup warm up so that it'll blend effortlessly into your skin. Okay, the next place I'm going to put this, I like to put a little bit right underneath my lips. All I have on is a little bit of conditioner on my lips right now. So I like to take a little bit of the contour and do that around the lips here. This is going to help to add some dimension around the lips, create a little shadow, and help plump them up. The next place I'm going to use my contour, and I like to do this part with my finger, and I'm just tapping it in, is go right down the nose. This is going to help to shape the nose, help to slim it up. And you just bring it down right there, down the bridge of the nose. Okay, last thing we're going to do is we're going to put our bridge color on, and then we're going to blend this all together. So I'm placing my bridge color where I do not have any other color on my face. We're not layering anything. We don't want it to be heavy. All we want is for this color to come in and bridge my other face colors together. Literally acting like a bridge. So I'm just putting it in the spots where I don't have any brightener or color corrector. I'm going to place a little bit over the eyelid. Right here. All right, and now we're going to blend it together. So I'm going to take with the large end of this brush, and I'm going to start right here at the eyes first, where I have that pop and snatch color. Kind of like bend and snap. And I'm just pressing this in to blend it. And I don't have any colors layered on my face, so it doesn't feel heavy. It's not cakey. It looks like my skin. Feel like you got a little more on your brush, you need to clean it off. Just take a rag and just wipe your brush a little bit. It goes on looking so crazy, and then it blends together. So beautiful. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and add a little bit of cheek color, and I'm still working out of my same compact here. So I'm going to flip it over to the other side where my colors are, and I'm going to go into one of my favorite lip and cheek colors called Nude. And I'm going to place it up along the top of the cheekbone. Like, look at that. Doesn't it look so natural looking? Like, I mean, it still looks like my skin. So that is our whole face using this one side of the compact here, and then also our lip and cheek color on the other side. And we did the Camo HAC. Okay, time for some eyeshadows. So we're going to be working out of this palette here, these 4 colors. I'm going to go in first with my transition color of Basic. She's just a really pretty neutral brown. I'm using the fluffy end of the eyeshadow brush. And I'm just going back into, trying not to go too much of a rainbow shape because you don't want to create that pull down on the eye. I'm going to flip the brush over, and I'm going to bring her down onto the bottom also. I'm just kind of smudging her along the bottom lash line. I've got a little bit of mascara on already, and I did do my brows. I'm just taking with her and just smudging along the bottom. Okay. So now we have some dimension and depth with the eye there with our transition shade. The next thing I'm going to do is go in with a color called Lullaby. She is like a brown mauve-y color. I'm going to use her over here in this outer corner to really add some depth there. To add a little more than just the regular brown from Basic. kind of going in a sideways V with her, but I'm using, instead of the small end to make it darker, I'm just using the fluffy end to make it a softer look. Okay. And the key to your eyeshadows is start with a little and just add more. Okay. Last thing I'm going to do with the darker colors before we add my pop, I'm going to take a little bit of a color called Cocoa. And I'm going to go with the fluffy end of this brush. And I'm going to add her in this outer corner along the lash line, just to darken that up a little bit. And then I'm going to add just a tiny bit in the outer V. Just enough to really get that dimension in there. I'm going to wipe off the fluffy end and then just come back through and soften some of these edges. And I'm going to dip into my last color, As You Wish. And put a little bit of her right up here. And do the same thing on this side. She's going to help soften all those edges. I'm going to go in with the small end of this brush. Add some of her right through there. She is like an iridescent color. So she looks almost yellow in the tin. But look at that. She's like a little bit of an iridescent color. She's a fun little surprise when you actually put her on the lid. Okay. I'm going to go back with this little brush here. Make sure I kind of got it cleaned off. And I'm just going to soften and just blend her into the other colors there, so I don't have a harsh line on the lid. Okay, let's do some lips real quick, and then we'll do some mascara. Time for some lips. So we're going to go into the same contour shade. I just opened my compact and flipped it back over to the front side. This is the same contour I used on my face. And we are going to use it around the lips to contour the lips now. So I'm just kind of smudge lining with the multitasker brush, this flatter tip end. And we're just kind of smudge lining around the lips. You can go back with your finger if you need to and smudge it up a little more. You don't want it to look like a line, you just want it to look smudged. And then I'm going to flip my compact back over. I'm going to go in with a little bit of nude. This is the same color I have on my cheeks. She is a great color to wear by herself, a really pretty nude, hence the name. Or you can do like I'm going to do and put a little bit of Petal over her. Petal is a really pretty pink color. She plays great off of the As You Wish. And I'm just going to kind of smooth her in the middle of the lips. I'm not going all the way across. Just kind of smoothing her right there in the center. So that is it. So we just did my whole face, my whole look that I've got on right now with this one little compact here and a couple of brushes. We did the Camo HAC, and we did our pop color, our pop and snatch. We did our bridge color, which blends everything together. We did our camo color here, which is going to help to camouflage. And then we did our contour shade. On the other side of this compact, we have our lip and cheek color. We have our glossy cheek color, and then we have some eyeshadows. So if you guys have any questions about the makeup, if you would like a color match, just shoot me a message, comment on this, find me however, and you guys just let me know. I'd be happy to help.